A major Survivor Series main event has been revealed. Elsewhere, it appears as though a WWE tag team has changed their name, and ex-WWE and some current AEW stars won some top titles in AAA. It's all in the wrestling news. Hello everybody, it's Jack and Ross here with the Monday Morning Wrestling News. We're going to be talking about... No, I'm just excited.
Lovely bit of enthusiasm there.
Yeah.
Go on, you go, girl.
The reason I'm so excited is because a major Survivor Series main event has possibly been revealed.
Yes, it's a shock that Survivor Series War Games will be headlined potentially by a War Games matchup.
It's not just that it's a War Games matchup, though. It's what we've all been suspecting that looks as though it is going to be the participants of the War Games matchup, because PWN have reported the current plan within WWE will see the new bloodline, headed by Solo Sikoa, take on a group led by Roman Reigns. The direction on WWE TV, they say, in recent weeks, and fan speculation, has long suggested that it will be old bloodline versus new bloodline at Survivor Series, and it looks as though that is going to be the case. You happy with that?
Oh, yes. It just makes you think, who is the fourth man on the old new bloodline?
Have you already got some of the members sorted?
Solos is sorted. Solo,
yeah.
Tangaloa, Tamatonga, Jacob Fatu. Then you got Roman Reigns, Jimmy and Jay, and the fourth man. Who is the fourth man?
Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn.
It's gotta be.
What about, what's his face that's getting signed? Hikuleo.
Yeah, it could be Hikuleo. But I thought he'd be aligned more with if he turned up with the new bloodline with Solo and them.
Yeah.
But imagine the reception for Sami Zayn.
Yeah,
if
when they do that thing, yeah.
The high five they do, yeah. The one thing I will say is, because this is like Triple H's ultimate dream of a storytelling match. Think of all the pauses, think of all the dialogue, think of all the
posturing, the staring
the
into each other's eyes. Yeah. Andrew will like that as well.
It'll be, I think, an hour long, if not more.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be a long match.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for it just to see what they do.
And there'll be a big turn, I reckon.
Oh.
One will defect to Tutter.
Not Sammy again. You can't do that to them. Although he would have character motivation for doing so.
Yeah, he would.
It all makes sense. Oh, I can definitely see one of the Usos maybe or someone doing that.
Jimmy
yeah.
especially.
Do you think Jimmy will come back to the good side? He's been gone for a while.
Well, yeah, because he was nobody's bitch for a while, but I reckon he's ready to be somebody's bitch again.
I've had a thing about it, lads, and I am ready to be your bitch again. Talking of Triple H and his sort of dream storytelling matches, Mike Johnson of PW Insider was answering a bit of a Q&A recently and said, he had some thoughts on how Triple H reacts while the show is going on.
Yeah, it's very, very interesting. I've been told, this is Mike Johnson saying, I've been told there are many times where he, Triple H, is scrolling through Twitter from the gorilla position at broadcasts and paying very close attention to what the audience is doing and reacting to as the show is going on the air. So imagine Triple H live directing this 3-hour broadcast every Monday, a couple hours on a Friday. He's sat there on Twitter like we all are at home.
It's very interesting because, the old school mentality has always been like, you just need to listen to the crowd. You just need to listen to the live audience and they'll tell you what you need to know. But as we've learned, some live audiences are louder than others or more positive than others. There's been a few recent weeks where they've been like, oh, it was a dead crowd. Or people watching have been like, oh, the live crowd was a bit dead. Maybe this is Triple H stepping into the new world. This is the new listening to the crowd.
Yeah, the latest tab, just seeing if all the reviews from the people at home watching are just the same thing. Maybe he needs to listen then instead of the live crowd.
I wonder how helpful that is, though, because obviously in today's polarizing world, everything's either fully pro WWE or fully anti WWE or pro AEW or anti AEW.
Imagine if he makes a big booking decision based off one of these bait accounts like AEW forever, haha.
AEW forever, haha.
Yeah. This thing that Solo Sikoa did is terrible. You should definitely change it. And he changed it off the back of that account.
The fourth man for the bloodline is hologram.
Exactly. Yeah. It's a dangerous game you're playing, Paul. Be careful out there.
Yeah, as long as you're just dipping your toes in, just using it to gauge the general atmosphere. One change that might have hit WWE recently, according to Fightful Select, is a tag team name change.
Yeah, Angel and Berto had their singular names changed fairly recently indeed, but it looks like their tag team name has gone from Legado del Fantasma, the faction they are a part of, and has changed to Los Garza. Ooh.
They're both the relatives of Hector Garza.
Well, do you want to tell the backstory in full as to why they are known as the Shagging Cousins?
Yeah, so that's what we call them on the podcast. We were watching on NXT when Angel and Berto were in separate dwellings in NXT land. They lived in separate flats, but they both woke up. It was cutting back and forth between their two bedrooms. They both woke up from a dream that they had of their grandfather.
And with scratches on chest.
Real scratches on their chest, which have now become like tattoos.
Yes.
They woke up with blood and, what's going on? One of them went round to the other's house and went, did you have the same dream as me? Yes, we need to team up to restore. We need to be serious and restore the legacy of our family.
And they went into the same flat together, and it started off like a pornography.
It's just that it seemed like their flats were identical, and it seemed like they were living in the same flat. And it was, and the atmosphere of it was quite strange, wasn't it?
It was. There was a dangerous undertone, we'll say, to the segments.
Now, if Triple H really was tuned into the online world, he would have changed their name to the Shagging Cousins. But as Ross has said, it's just Los Garza, which is probably more sensible, more PG.
It sounds cool.
Yeah, Los Garza. Yeah. I like that. I guess when they're still under the umbrella of Legado del Fantasma, they'll be called that. But just on their own as a tag team, Los Garza.
Maybe this could mean more of a featured role for them as well if they're getting a brand new tag team name, because they haven't been featured at all. Not at all, have they, in fairly recent times?
Well, there's also been tension between them. I think Santos Escobar got cross with them last week, and so we need to take things, or the week before, we need to take things more seriously. We're losing all the time. What's that about? So this could be the first step in a new direction. It's coming home.
It came home.
It already came home.
Not the right way.
No.
We would have preferred a different coming home of,
Yeah.
but we'll take this one as it comes.
That's because Zack Sabre Jr., who is from England, defeated Yota Tsuji in the final of the G1 Climax to win the tournament for the first time in his career. This means that he receives an IWGP title match and has already announced that he'll take it ahead of time. Traditionally, the winner of the G1 Climax, it's like winning the Royal Rumble. You get your big shot in the main event of WrestleMania. He's not going to be doing that at the WrestleMania of New Japan Wrestle Kingdom. Instead, he's cashing it in early and challenging for the title on October 14th in Sumo Hall. But there could be a reason for that.
Yes, New Japan running Royal Quest at Crystal Palace a few days later. Zack Sabre Jr. wants to go to the show as the IWGP champion and quite literally bring it home.
Now, initially, I saw this decision made by Zack, or by the booking team of New Japan, really, because wrestling's not real. But I saw this decision made by, just an explanation for anyone watching that. I saw this decision made by Zack, and I thought, oh no, this is bad. It's like when, who was it? Was it John Cena cashed in his Money in the Bank ahead of time, and you just knew that he wasn't going to win it?
Right.
Against Punk, I think.
I can't remember.
And then Big Show got involved.
God, yeah, of course, yes.
I thought, oh no, he's not doing it at the Big Show. This means he's definitely not winning. But the current IWGP Heavyweight Champion is Tetsuya Naito, and he's just his body's caught up with it. He's just looking shaky in there. He's looking broken down by the years and years of wrestling, and he's getting older as well. They could hotshot the belt to Zack, and he could walk into Royal Quest as the champion and then defend it at Wrestle Kingdom, I suppose.
Get 2 for 1, why not?
It's very
Wrestle Kingdom and the Crystal Palace are the same, aren't they?
well for him, maybe. As an
Tokyo Dome, Crystal Palace, same thing.
Walking into Crystal Palace. All right, you slaves.
Yes,
That's what
exactly,
you say. But yeah, football did, well, not football, it came home, but it was wrestling.
We'll take what we can get over here, basically.
Yeah. Now, I've read Tom's notes for this next story, and I've not actually watched Triple Mania Night 3 this past Sunday.
I saw a couple of crucial bits. One involving La Parka, which was unbelievable.
Right. It sounds like a mad show.
Yeah.
But it did feature a lot of big ex-WWE and a couple of current AEW names as well, so we thought we'd mention it. But yeah, lots of big moments at AAA Triple Mania Night 3 this past Saturday. And I'll let Ross start it off, but there's a lot here. There's a lot of weird stuff.
Well, first and foremost, a couple of familiar names won the tag team titles, tag team championships in AAA, that being Raj Desi, the former Jinder Mahal of WWE fame, and 1 in a billion, Satnam Singh.
That's a dream team.
I know,
That's
yes.
such a dream tag team. No, I'm not even... I don't know why we're laughing, because that's an amazing tag team lineup.
They defeated Legado Wagner and Psycho Clown and Negro Casas in a triangle match.
Yeah,
Ooh.
well, have that.
Yeah. It came home for the India.
Yeah, that's a. I can't emphasize how exciting that tag team is. He'll make Jinder look small.
Yeah,
it's weird.
Oh yeah, of course he. Yep, there's a picture backstage.
Oh, right.
Satnam still is big. Can't confirm on the news today.
The ending came thanks to a guitar necklace from Jeff Jarrett back in his total non-stop arsehole era for one night only. That's Tom there. I'm not calling Jeff Jarrett a total non-stop arsehole. I respect him. Matt Riddle became the AAA Cruiserweight champion, cleanly beating AEW star Commander and Laredo Kid to win the title for the first time ever. That's not fair.
Controversy, yeah, because of his weight.
Because he's massive.
He's not a cruiserweight.
No, he's huge.
Yeah, Matt Riddle's not a cruiserweight, but politics at play here because of the AEW guy dropping his title. Aiden was telling me upstairs. He was like, oh, I can't believe they did that. That's what Aiden said.
I can't believe it, pal. He's not from Sunderland.
No.
Psychosis was inducted into the AAA Hall of Fame, a ceremony which featured a surprise video message from WWE Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio. That's just a nice story, that one.
It is a very nice story,
that's fair
enough. What else was there? Vampiro in his final
God.
match in Mexico City, defeating El Messias in a casket match. It featured a whole bunch of other people getting involved, such as Pagano, Mecha Wolf, Conan, who was wearing a Judgment Day t-shirt to signify that he's heel.
Okay.
I saw this bit as well.
Right.
And Jeff Jarrett was on the card once again. One weird moment saw the heels open one casket, which is the bit I saw. Now, someone at home needs to confirm whether someone just put a heavy, I forget what song it was. It was a big hair metal song from the 80s, and I forget which one it was.
Well, his theme song Thriller started playing instead.
It might be that, yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
Oh, well, I thought
did they put something else over the
I
top
can't
of
remember,
it?
yeah, but there was some heavy, big song over the top of it. And they opened this coffin up, and La Parka's in there. He legitimately passed away in 2020. The notes carry on there.
Yeah, and they shut the casket, and the music stopped, and it was never referenced again.
Yeah.
So this isn't LA Park,
Yeah.
who lost his name to La Parka and everything years ago. The one that we all know from WCW. This is the guy who took his name and then unfortunately, tragically passed away in 2020. I'm flabbergasted that they would reference him in such a way. Maybe this is a respectful way in context.
It's what he would have wanted.
Yeah, I guess so. I honestly have no clue.
Yeah, then the headlines keep on rolling because Nick Nemeth comes out for his title match against Alberto El Patron.
Yeah.
And my God, who accompanies him dressed in Undertaker-esque long coat, dark cowboy hat, some sort of last man kind of look from the Texas. I can't even think what I'm trying to say here, Jay. You know what I mean? The last outlaw, that's what I'm trying to say. It's bloody JBL in Mexico.
The old
he
gunslinger
famously
himself.
hates Mexicans and he's in Mexico.
Yeah, but he's helping. He's in the corner of Nick Nemeth. That's fair enough. But then.
But there's a big but.
Alberto El Patron would go on to win the world title with a low blow, turning heel in the process and shaking hands with JBL.
So JBL doesn't actually hate Mexicans anymore.
What a
That's
twist.
very 2004 for JBL.
Yeah, after the match, Del Rio had a back and forth with babyface authority figure Latin Lover. This brought out Conan, who presented Latin Lover with a bat to hit Del Rio or El Patron with. But ultimately, he turned heel on him instead, to very little reaction. Conan did this all while wearing a Judgment Day t-shirt.
Yeah.
Wait, so Conan turned heel as well, and JBL turned heel too.
I
And,
just
and
assumed Conan was heel all night long because of the t-shirt.
Yeah, and Alberto was a heel too. Poor Nick Nemeth, everyone's turned heel on him straight
Yes,
away.
yeah.
Okay. What a show.
It's like Survivor Series 2014 all over again, I guess.
Yeah. Fair enough. It seems as though there was lots of big title changes and lots of weird stuff going on in Triple Mania. I'm sure Matthew will love it.
Oh, he loves it, doesn't he?
He loves a bit of that. And we love it here as well. We'll be back with more news later on today. Leave your thoughts and opinions in the comments section down below. I've been Jack, this has been Ross, and we'll see you very soon.